So I wanted to show that I've been working on the women's projects and the various kind of small businesses that we're trying to start. Yeah, so this is the canteen project, and so we've researched in the market all the different things that we're looking to buy, and we're gonna rent a small place out in Panzi, and so we'll have a few women working at that, and then looking to maybe raise pigs with some of the women. So I have like a write-up on the cost to buy the pig cages, and the cost of the food for the pigs. We're kind of getting to that time where things are getting organized, and it's about time for this to get started. And so they're really excited to begin, I think, because they've been sitting and waiting for a long time. So that should be good.
As Robin and Wendy's time in the DRC drew to a close, Robin wanted to ensure that the progress of the women she had met in Panzi continued, so she began to work on a small business program to help them learn how to take care of themselves and their families. Looking to make the businesses sustainable, Robin met with a local church elder to talk about the viability of her ideas and find out how to move the businesses forward.
So what we're doing right now is we're discussing the women's projects. This is Mwema. He's the elder who takes care of the women, and so we are discussing how to help the women learn how to save, as they're going to be starting businesses soon. Saving money is kind of a new concept for them because they've been living really day to day, and just the money that they make that day they spend on that evening meal. So an idea of like saving for 6 months from today is pretty foreign to them. So we're kind of thinking of ways to try and get that to work. So far I've heard from y'all that you need money for food, for school, and for a house. And I think with clothes we can put things like clothes, mattresses, things that you need for your life.
You can't buy.
So we have rent, food, and medical care, I think, are the main things of the money that they're going to need to be setting aside. So that's kind of one idea we've just thrown out there, and seeing what Mwema thinks about it.
Kwa kweli ni wazo nzuri sana, na itabidi tuone wamama waoneshe kama ile ina umuhimu, na itakuwa msaada mkubwa kwa ajili ya maisha yao ya baadaye.
So say you get 500 francs.
Tuseme unapata 500 francs.
You know you need to save a little bit for school, a little bit for food, a little bit for a house, a little bit for a day that someone gets sick, and a little bit for church. And then you're being a good caretaker of your money. So that's what we're working on.
As Robin worked to give the women in Panzi Parish a lasting means to support their families, Wendy found that her interests in Congo were shifting in her final days. She began to feel drawn towards a local prison, to talk to those who had been on the other side of the violence, distressing the DRC.
I had a meeting with this guy. I'm really not sure if he's a pastor or not.
No, he's not. He's like a layperson in the Catholic Church.
Okay, yeah. And
you say that, not me. You say it.
So I had a meeting with a layperson of the Catholic Church. Just kidding. Okay, cut, take. Okay. I had a meeting today with the uncle to Fiston, who is working in the prisons, and his name is Papa JJ, is what they call him. He's not a priest, he just goes there and like does some work with them. And I really felt like God was calling me to go to the prison. I kind of had like this wrestling time with God a while back about what I should be doing, and I need to stop asking God these questions. There's a chapel in the prison where they give a service and then they distribute food. And the prison is horrible here. It's nowhere near like it is in the States. They get no food, and so you're reliant on somebody in the community coming to give you food, and if your family's cut you off, you don't eat. I'm gonna be possibly in a room with 200 men preaching the gospel that have killed people, that have raped people, that have done like the most horrible things that we can imagine on a human level. And then there's like little me standing up there. Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I really do. I feel like I'm gonna like hurl. I really gotta stop asking God these questions about where He's sending me.
So we are here at two of the women's house, or two of the women live in this house right here. And we are going to start the pig project. We're going to start the pig project here. And so we're going to build some cages right over here, and this is where they're going to keep the pigs. And so the two women who are living here are going to be in charge of watching over them. So that's kind of what we're starting, and so we're giving the money today for the carpenter to start building. So if that's going to be built kind of right here, there might be, I think there's going to be 3 cages right here, and then maybe another 3 at the church. So that's what we're working on right now. So it sounds like you know about raising pigs. Have you done anything like that before?
Niko na mama mzazi alikuwa mfungaji wa nguruwe, tusaidia mavazi, kila kitu, hakuomba baba kitu chochote kile, nguruwe tu.
Like, how long does it take to make money on that?
Miezi 6, miezi 8.
The way that I'm hoping that these will work is, getting used to this like tripod thing, is that we'll link them to the shelter. So it'll be like the bottle depot and the canteen. The women who are working there will always have those jobs, but they'll be making just a percentage of the profit. So say it's like 10%, then the other 90% will go back to the shelter. So the shelter will always have money coming in to help with the new women who come in, to help with their food and new startup projects for them. So there'll always be like a bit of income that's permanently linked to the shelter. You'll be a part of a certain business. And so as the project starts, you will start making money. And when you're making that money, then you need to know what to do with it. It's good for each woman to have a goal. So each woman can know that, okay, I have 6 months that I have to work my hardest, and then I'll be out on my own. It's gonna seem like, oh, I have a lot of money. I could buy lots of things, but you need to save it, because say 6 months, say for the next 6 months, you have your food and your house paid for. So what that means is at the end of the 6 months, you should have enough saved to get a house for the next 6 months that you can buy for yourself. Right? I guess I'll begin meeting with the women and setting up like how much money each one needs each month. Then I guess we can tell the women what each one of their jobs are, because then we know all the jobs they're going to work. So I think that's all that I had.
Nafikiria ile chumba nilikuwa nayo.
Sawa.
Okay.
Starting the women's businesses was no easy task. Yet the first steps towards the shelter and the vocational projects it promised had finally begun. As the remaining weeks in Congo passed, Robin and Wendy would find that all their energy would be needed to see these projects finally become a reality.
In about an hour, we're going to be arriving at the local prison. On Saturdays, I go and I preach there. And there's about 400 male prisoners there.
We're going the big market. We are going to try and buy the rest of the stuff at the canteen.